Alright, enough gaming. Let's get back to the YouTube grind. What to do today? Let's finally make the lore video on ID. I bet people would love to see that. Alright, Gen 1. VTuber Wiki, Hololive Wiki. Let's start with Risu. What we got? Okay, nothing on Hololive Wiki. I'm not surprised though. On here we rarely have a lore section, but nothing to worry about. The VTuber Wiki has a lore section about literally anyone. There we go. That's only her name's origin. Not the most useful thing to determine how strong she is. But there's still Risu's debut stream, so let's check that one out.
A few moments later.
Okay, now I know that she's from a magical forest. Not too bad, I guess. You know what? Let's skip Risu for now and do Moona. I have heard Moon Priestess stories, so there should be a lot to work with here. Okay, VTuber Wiki, don't fail me now. Are you serious? Nothing. There is nothing. How am I supposed to make a video on this? Sorry, I have a certain song stuck in my head right now. Okay, there is still Yofi. She's an alien. There has to be something. Okay, see? Okay guys, can someone tell me what's going on here? Because I'm confident that people who tell me about the ID lore are not just making this up on the spot. It had to be mentioned somewhere. I do not believe that so many people tell me the exact same story about the ID members and then every single one of them is just telling me a fabrication of their own mind. There is no way. For Moona, for example, we have the official Hololive website telling us about her other personality, Hoshinova, who I assume is that Moon Priestess character. So why is that Hoshinova personality mentioned nowhere? Even Ollie, who has the whole family tree going on, has nothing. Not even a lore section. It's Ollie we are talking about here. We have a whole ass family tree for her that, to be fair, is kinda mentioned, but not really as like a part of her lore. Is this just another case of ID not getting the recognition or respect in the way they should? You know that absolute banger of a song I just mentioned? How the does this song only have 150k views? This is unironically one of the best Hololive songs I have ever heard. And you tell me that can only get 150k views in 3 weeks. You guys need to stop sleeping on ID, man. Same with the people who make the wikis. Like, I can understand that maybe the veterans can't make the ID entries because of a language barrier. I mean, how are you supposed to make an entry on someone if their lore is mainly dropped in Indonesian? So I totally get that we don't have like everything in there. But there is no way there isn't a single Indonesian speaking person out there that can't make these entries. I would unironically do it myself if I knew Indonesian. Or maybe ID really has no lore. If that's the case, my bad. What I'm assuming is that HoloID Gen 1 especially probably doesn't have the most fledged out lore to begin with. After all, they debuted very early on, so I totally can see that they didn't pay too much attention on the lore. By the way, am I the only one that thinks it's kinda weird when someone like Kiara calls a non-JP member a senpai? It feels so off, but yes, HoloID Gen 1 did debut before HoloMyth. But yes, so I'm assuming Hololive didn't really put too much attention on the earlier ID generations. You can see that by the fact that Holo Hero does have lore. It's not much either, to be honest, but at least they have a lore section on here. And you know why they do? Probably not because they are a newer HoloID gen. It's probably because all three of them, Kaela, Seta and Kobo, speak a lot of English in their streams. So the people that make the wiki entries can actually understand it when they talk about their lore. Like, I've been wanting to do the ID videos for a while now. I'm talking like a month back. But every time I try to do research on the members, I get reminded that there is literally nothing to work with. I could take the things that people tell me about them by face value and just go with that, but in all my lore videos, I always just take things that are 100% confirmed, which is why many people have problems with those videos since they didn't fit with their headcanon. But making the exact same video just by taking the information someone told me just doesn't sit right with me. I guess I could make these videos like full speculation-esque videos. That could work, but I don't know. Maybe there are some sources I'm just missing, so if any ID enthusiasts out there know about sources or websites that actually have info on the ID members' lore, let me know. I would really like to do lore stuff on ID, but as someone who doesn't have much prior knowledge on ID and doesn't understand Indonesian, I'm kinda doomed here, which really sucks because I would love to know the lore behind all the ID members. I'ma head out now. I got LP to make.